Cloaked in smoke, but feel no flames. Folks float around me, but I see no wings, nor halos or hounds, pitchforks or gates, or omnipotent voice that picks course of fate. To the life of indecision, build a dreamscape prison where light isn't manufactured but captured inside a prism. In a state between asleep and awake, feels closest to hypnosis with an infinite weight. Then the fog dissipates, revealing crimson fields, gripped upon by a fawn with flaming heels. Eyes red as stop signs and a mane of quills. As I gaze past hills of diamond trees, I see a silhouette rest upon golden leaves. For the body of a goddess and a face of dreams, a half naked making good in a pagan hood. Kiss me on the cheek, we didn't speak but I understood. It wasn't heaven that I was seeking, but a haven I sought. A canvas of the mind, painted with my thoughts.
Everything ain't what it seems. I wake up to find I'm inside of a dream, the side of a dream. See buried deep inside the seams of my screams of beings and otherworldly things rarely seen. Might be psychosis or maybe I chose this. The night approaches every time the eye closes. I see a burning bush, feel like I'm Moses. Burn so much kush, I feel like I'm Moses. All my images are morgues and moons, and every fork in the road moves through Freud and Jung. In the darkness, no orchard blooms, a state so dark, sparks from the torches consume. It's like I live in a fortress of doom, in the forest where the blood pours with force from my wounds. My body aches from this lobotomy, a part of me shakes, open my eyes and awake.
Ashes are burning brightly, the smoke can be seen from afar. So now you're seeing how far ashes are burning the way.
Whites and blue, no rights in sights, the fight in you. For life, you know nice, you know like my hue. You strike, we stand straight as a stripe on cue. When you ask, why we burning up the neighborhood, as if the ghetto was created for the greater good. It's even burning where the Savior stood. We trying to self-destruct, it's what will make you do it. Trying to find a nugget of truth in something other than art, somewhere other than youth. It's all lies, everything under your roof. The learned history's been slanted just to keep you aloof. It reaches moments when even the righteous choose violence. From silence to siren, a seismic environment in life's maze. Maybe what's left is the right way. I hate to blacken your white day, but old heads saying, why the people outside trying to keep them young boys quiet? Get low, why them young boys wild? Looking at them have to start a ride. Good Lord, why the people outside trying to keep them young girls quiet? Get low, why them young girls wild? Looking at them have to start a ride.
No way left to temper the temperature of the town. Hear the brush with death painting crimson across the ground. Down now, get behind something, a cause or some cover, take aim or take suffering. News cameras never get the pause, only want the rubble in the jungle when they popping out the claws. Civil rights suddenly got a clause, declaring martial law. Too many ninjas tightening up their brows. Being lioness doesn't make it a lion less, and hunting down the cubs is a good way to lie and rest. Yes, stress and pressure bust pipes. No, ain't no fun when the rabbits behind the sights. Seeing fires burning as bright as the city lights. Fueled by revolted entire voltage ignite. Generations behind with numbers in decline are now the ones kicking out the blinds in these times saying, why? The people outside trying to keep them young boys quiet. Get low, why? Them young boys wild. Looking at them about to start a ride. Good Lord, why? The people outside trying to keep them young girls quiet. Get low, why? Them young girls wild. Looking at them about to start a ride. Good Lord.
Can I get an R for the riot? E for emotion, D for devotion. What's the commotion? You ask why we burn up streets that we live on. Did we get that notion from across the ocean? Such self-destruction, pain
young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop.